Hi everyone, this is Lisette Alvarez here. I'm about to play our cast and crew Q&A on December 6, 2024 from our open studio night at Crosstown Arts, which featured 5 of our actors, including and myself, coming to Crosstown Arts in Memphis, Tennessee to essentially create a office of Juniper Menendez while she's gone AWOL. This was an awesome, experiential, immersive reverse escape room. Hopefully, we will be able to recreate this in other cities. This was the testing ground. We had over 100 people attend. It was such an amazing experience. This cast and crew Q&A is pretty short. It's about 15 minutes. Apologies for the lack of audio quality. There was obviously a lot happening at the time. But if you like what you hear and you want to hear more from these actors and, of course, many, many more, please head over to HAVANASYndromePodcast.com. Consider supporting us by purchasing some merch or heading over to patreon.com/Stormfire Productions and become a recurring member so we can get started on other seasons as well as in-person events. Thank you so much for listening. The next episode of Havana Syndrome is premiering tomorrow, so stay tuned. And without further ado, here's our cast and crew Q&A.
And we are live. Hot mic. Welcome, everybody. This is Lisette Alvarez with Havana Syndrome. I'm here live at Crosstown Arts. And we've just completed a couple of immersive games with folks. And I'm here with a couple of my actors. So we're going to start introducing folks. Let's start on this end. Your name, your character, and your favorite Cuban food.
Hello, my name is Ralph. I play Whitney Johnson. As for my favorite delicacy, I would say it has to be paella, which is a ball of ground beef surrounded by mashed potatoes and deep fried.
Yes. Alex?
I'm Alex Darling. I played the Canadian TSA agent and a rugby player. I pop up. Sorry, distracted by the dog. My favorite Cuban food would be pretty much anything. Just feed me and I'm happy.
Nice.
Hi, my name is DePriest. I play Alvin.
The chipmunk.
Not the chipmunk. I guess CIA officer. FBI officer, sorry. I'm one of the agencies. And now I guess, what is his position? My brain is
Your favorite Cuban food.
Favorite Cuban food. Any kind of dessert that has like a lot of milk in it and a cream. I haven't chosen one. Yeah, actually, I really do. I love tres leches and I love that. So either one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Hey, I'm Andrew Dos Santos. I play Peter Menendez, and my favorite Cuban food is lava.
Good one.
I'm Whitney Johnson. I play Agent Celia Whitaker, who's the ex-forger gone straight as an FBI agent. My favorite Cuban food is guava and cheese pastillas. Nice. I want one now.
Yeah, that's it. Hi, my name is Lisette Alvarez. I'm the writer and creator of Havana Syndrome. Yay! So I was like, oh, there, what else I got? And I also play Juniper Menendez, aka Judy Carpenter, who is the CIA agent gone rogue. And my favorite Cuban food is, I do love pastelitos, guava pastelitos. Very, very good. Yes, love guava. So, this is going to be a very quick Q&A, just to showcase. I want to kind of go around and actually ask everybody if before you joined the cast, did you know what Havana Syndrome was? So I'll start with you, Ralph. Yeah.
I initially joined through knowledge of a TikTok post. So I had some knowledge of what the show was about at first, before actually realizing it was about the actual phenomenon of it.
I joined as well through the TikTok that blew up and caught you off guard. But before that, I had no idea what HAVANA syndrome was.
I wasn't on the tiki-talkies. I auditioned, and I did not know what HAVANA syndrome was before this. So, no.
Yeah, I did find out about it through the tiki-talkies, in fact. Just so happened to be on that day when I was like, I shouldn't be on my phone, but I was. And I'm glad I was. Because I did find out about this production, and even as someone with human heritage, I actually did not know it.
The show, but I'm in the show, but I'm also a producer of Crosstown Arts. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been about 5 years.
And that said, it was not called HAVANA syndrome.
No, it wasn't.
And so I had heard of HAVANA syndrome, and I was like, it's a thing. It's a bioweapon? Not sure. And then it was in it, and now I know what it is now, because I was like, alright, that's the name now, Wikipedia, tell me everything. Yes.
Awesome. Since I wrote it, yes, I did know what HAVANA syndrome was. I'm actually curious. Did any of you guys ever heard? Do you know what HAVANA syndrome is? Have you heard of HAVANA syndrome?
I had heard of a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any specifics.
Awesome. Yeah. So HAVANA syndrome is a real life conspiracy theory. So for those of you who don't know exactly even the origins of it, after the U.S. reopened our embassy in Cuba under the Obama administration, if you guys recall, for the first time in over 60 years. And soon after, diplomats, spies, and military officials started hearing a sound. They started hearing a sound that sounded like cicadas, according to them, but after they experienced it, they experienced dizziness, nausea, like someone said that when their brain was scanned, it looked like their brain had aged 20 years. So nobody knew, still to this day, there's no public understanding or public knowledge of what this syndrome is, what caused it. And for me, I'm second generation Cuban American. I'm also the first person in my family to go back to Cuba in over 60 years. I decided to create a show because I felt, especially an audio-based mystery, to do an audio podcast, an audio story that was about HAVANA syndrome. And I live right outside DC. Very briefly interviewed for the CIA, hence the documents that I have.
Make it sound shadier.
Oh no, I will. But I was very interested in the dynamic of HAVANA syndrome as a plot point.
There's a kid trying to break into the box. They need an FBI agent to help him open it. I can't open it.
You can't help him. Well, tell them come in here. We're doing a casting crew call, casting crew Q&A, and then I'll help them. Gotta bribe them, right?
Exactly. Do you all have any questions for us about the show or the process?
Yeah, or what an audio drama is, even. If you've ever.
Tell us again.
That'd be me.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
I need this clue.
All right, so we're actually live and recording. Please come in. We're doing a cast and crew Q&A. Feel free to come in, and I'll help work on this puzzle for you if you want to listen for a little bit. If that's okay. All right. So, welcome everybody. We just introduced. We have some of the actors for this show, HAVANA syndrome, here in person. They also helped decorate this room and deck out this room and create some of these puzzles. So, HAVANA syndrome is an audio drama spy thriller podcast, and my actors are different characters within the show. It's a 12-episode series. It's premiering now wherever you get your podcast. I will ask I'll ask all my actors a second question about the show. One is, what was your favorite moment in recording? If you can keep it spoiler-free, keep it spoiler-free. But mention what kind of got you and your voice actor brain excited. And I'm going to start actually on the opposite side. I'll start with you, Rich.
So I mean, what it comes down to is I love the table reads, right? I think the first exciting piece was reading, when finally reading the script, reading through it, like, oh, I got it, right? Because the first, I can see how this is going. I'm super excited, getting a feel who the character is, and being like, oh yeah, I like her. Oh, this one. And then,
if you want to briefly introduce these folks,
I play Agent Celia Whitaker. that part of the process was we would do table reads. We could do it over Zoom. And so we get to practice together, we get to see each other's faces and feed off of it. I think that's always my favorite part. There are two instances that I think were the part where I just like, my little actor performer heart was just like, that's great. And one of them was working with Ian. Our characters had a really great interaction. It was we worked together once before, and so it was always a pleasure. But it was just super exciting to sort of see how that actually opened up opportunities that I hadn't seen in the script. Because obviously you don't know necessarily the reading hold how the other person's going to play it. So we're able to have that interaction. And then with Scott, with the supervisor.
Yes, the CIA supervisor who has no name.
He's so shady.
So evil. I love him.
And Scott does a phenomenal job. And it's a scene where we are kind of circling each other and trying to get the other one to say something. To admit something or whatever. We are like, I know that you know that I know that you know. But we're not going to do it first. And so just like getting to kind of choose scenery a little bit, like work around each other and kind of line it up was really fun.
Andrew, if you want to also say
Sure. Hey, I'm Andrew Dos Santos. I play Peter Menendez, the father of the Menendez family, Judy Carpenter, or Judy Menendez's dad. I'm an ex-military guy who, when Jennifer goes missing, started calling up some buddies. Definitely the table reads were a lot of fun. Got to interact with a lot of different actors, so it was just great to actually feed off each other and do that live. But then I also had the opportunity to record all of my lines live with Lisette. So I got to stress build some carpentry, some cabinets. And that was just a whole lot of fun because it was basically just like, let's just curse in Spanish. Like, let's just have some fun and just, we had a really great time.
It was really good. And there's one scene in particular, and it's in the 3rd episode. So 3 episodes are now out wherever you get your podcast. The 3rd episode, it's funny. That guy down that hallway with the dog, he's my actual dad. Inspired this character. And there's a scene where he says something and you can hear over the audio where he he swipes his face. My dad does that. Every time he gets frustrated. That was hilarious. Love that moment. But yes, very good.
And that wasn't your direction, he just did.
Oh no, he just did it. It was great. It was like, oh yes, authenticity.
Hi, my name is Ian DePriest. I play Alvin, ex-FBI person that Wish's character, Celia, comes for in the need of help in trying to solve said case. Things that I love about this, or a moment that I love, of course, our table read was wonderful. I've been wanting to be across from you for quite some time. I enjoyed that thoroughly. But aside from that, recording live and being live directed from you was a wonderful
we
moment.
recorded live here in Memphis.
And I just I enjoy it because my character, their roots are from similar roots that I'm from, which is from Singapore. And this accent that you hear now is the thing that I kind of crafted through my own immigrant journey. And it's something really special to kind of go back home and speak in your own original home kind of accent dialect. And when I finally am able to do that and show that and act through that, it's a very special thing to me. So yeah, it's just finding that place where that voice sits in the accent and not making it a big dramatic thing or an exaggeration or a caricature. That makes it so special. And so that's why it's one of my favorites.
Alvin's one of my favorite characters that I've written in this show. He's going to come back for season 2.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. Spoilers! Get you next.
Hi everybody, my name is Alex Darling. I played the Canadian TSA agent number 3 and a rugby player to be determined later.
Bonus episode.
Yeah, the bonus episode. My favorite thing about this whole process, being through the tiki-taki process, was that this is my first time doing this. I had done some voiceover work for work, just recording some training videos and stuff like that, and thought, maybe I should really do that. So the best part about this is Ian and I recorded together here at Crosstown, and seeing the process of just getting into character, seeing how it's all done, seeing how the sausage is made, essentially, was just mind-blowing to me of, oh, okay, this is maybe something that, I can do. Anybody can do. And Lisette was just perfect with direction and getting everything situated, and yeah, so.
It was really fun to work with both of you.
Okay.
So it was really fun.
Thank you.
And Ralph, what was one of your favorite moments in recording?
I can't pick a favorite. There's two key moments. The first is the first real clash between Lupe and Dee. I believe it's the next episode that releases the episode. But besides from that, it would have to be the different expectations that we had reading some of the lines. So going through the lines, I would come up with an idea of how Dee is reacting to the situation and how he can cope with what's going on, essentially. So at times, I would end with a sort of comedic punchline as opposed to what was originally thought out to be something a little more serious and on the nose. And we ended up doing both takes of a couple of lines, trying to figure out which one was better. But that was a lot of fun.
That was. I love working with my actors live. That is, especially if I can do, because I was able to do it with essentially all of you. I was able to do table readings, and I think everyone except for you, I think we recorded together, even virtually. So that was I love working with voice actors. It's one of my favorite things as part of as a multi-hyphenate producer. I have many favorite moments, but we'll wrap this up. And if you want to hear some of your favorite moments, you should listen to Havana Syndrome, a spy thriller, now playing wherever you get your podcasts for free. A free spy thriller. Who would have thought? You should listen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.